is working. Hopefully everything's working here. And let's get out here because I got to plug my car in. Okay, and of course, if you saw my last video, and the sound was messed up a little bit in the last video, but here, I've got my glove. See my glove? Yeah. Let's put this thing in, charge it. And as you can see, I'm towing this big trailer full of stuff for our events, which were canceled. You may have heard this in the last couple of weeks. We've had to cancel events. Actually, in the last 24 hours, we've had to cancel 3 events that are going to happen in the next couple of weeks. There, okay, we are charging. That's good. Green means go. All right. So let me let you, I want to talk about some things. I got my coronavirus glove on, about some things I've been thinking about. Let's get back in the car here. So, let's talk about the stock market. I know that gets on people's nerves. Guess what? It dropped another 2,000 points today. 2,000 points. Well, you know, how you handle stress is going to make a big factor on your immune system. That's why they're making this video. That's why I'm talking about the stock market. Your health is a number of things. Of course, your financial health, your mental health. We have sound. Good. Okay. And how is that taken care of by what you do, the habits that you have? And that is actually nowadays called mindfulness. And we, as a nonprofit, a plantbaseddiet.org, have a new director of mindfulness. Check out our website, a plantbaseddiet.org. It's Zyzo. You guys know Zyzo? If you do, give him a shout out here. Say hi. Tag Zyzo, somebody out there. But mindfulness is a way to handle it. In the past, I would, knowing me, I would just, if I was, something made me anxious or something made me nervous, the way to solve that is to go and do it over and over again. I know that sounds kind of counterproductive, but I'm telling you, it works. I used to be, I guess, anxious, fearful, or whatever, or so many things. And the way you get over that is by doing it. There's really no other substitute, in my opinion. But the way you handle it mentally during that time is mindfulness. And that really hasn't been a big thing until recently, but it affects your stress levels. Everybody has stress. It all depends on really how you handle it, unless, of course, you're working inside a slaughterhouse killing animals. Well, that's probably something you should get out of. If you are in the military killing people, you know, if you're other things like that, there are probably things that you probably want to get out of and probably shouldn't be doing. That no matter what kind of mindfulness you have, it's probably going to affect you in a negative way. And we don't want that because that's going to affect your immune system. And of course, when the coronavirus comes around, your immune system is really, really important, okay? Like I'm still over here eating my my food. Actually, I can't touch it because of my glove. Hold on a second. Let me touch it with my other hand. Let me put this down. Whoa. All right, there we go. Let me show you what I'm eating. Here's what I'm eating. This is real food, of course. We've been talking about food a lot. It affects how resistant you are to viruses and things like that that are going around now. So this is what you want to eat. I'm eating organic blackberries. Yum, yum. Oh, this stuff is so good. Oh, and fiber. We didn't talk about that in the last few videos. Fiber is an important thing, okay? It's not, like Dr. Greger says, usually about where you get your protein. It's about where do you get your fiber. This stuff is full of fiber. And it's sweet. It's juicy. Delicious. And by the way, I got these at Walmart. Don't tell anybody. Walmart. Yeah. That's where you can get organic produce like this. This is awesome. So make sure you check them out. And I'm going to be eating some of this stuff, not while I'm talking to you, but as soon as I'm done, I'm going to be eating more. I already ate one whole container of blackberries, and I ate half this container of blueberries, and I'm going to eat the rest of it as soon as I get off the phone. I'm on my phone. As soon as I get off this live stream. All right, well, let's get back to mindfulness. You guys have to be okay with your life, okay? Let's talk about some basics in terms of your mental health here, okay? The food, of course, creates a concept of a balance or imbalance. Imbalance, like we were talking about before, eating the wrong foods, eating animal products, eating high-fat foods, they all create imbalances in your body, which manifest themselves in different ways. And so many things that go wrong with the human body are just your body complaining to you that you're doing it wrong, okay? If you've got a high BMI, you're doing it wrong. If you've got a lot of times, all kinds of diseases, okay? I'm not talking about these viruses. These viruses, they come along, you can't do anything about them. You either get them or you don't. Most people will get them. How is your body going to handle it is the thing. How do you handle viruses? Do you have these diseases that are lifelong with maintenance medications? If so, you're doing it wrong, okay? I'm here to tell you that. So how it balance, the concept of balance. Well, if you are fearful and living in a state of fear, you're anxious, you're anxiety, you're worrying all the time. That is not a good place to be in. That's why you need mindfulness. That's why we have our director of mindfulness, Izo, to help you guys with that. And this is very important because you can't be worrying all the time. If I tell you that stock market dropped 2,000 points today, which it did, oh my gosh. Oh, and this is on top of the 1,000 points it dropped earlier this week. Oh, and trading was halted on Monday. And I think it was halted this morning too. You have money in the stock market? Are you living off the stock market? How are you going to survive? Oh my gosh, this could trigger a tremendous amount of fear. You see, this has nothing to do with diet or lifestyle. This is just fear in general. And it could be a magnitude or a multitude of things that create this kind of fear in people. And this is not where you want to be. You want to be able to handle your fear so that it doesn't take over, so that when you feel the fearful impulses, that you don't give in to them. And mindfulness helps you do this. The same thing is true with depression. Now, depression is, I think, even more multifaceted than fear or anxiety. Anxiety is basically living in the future where you're worried about things that may or may not happen. Depression is living in the past. You're historical. You're focusing on things that happened in the past, usually not good, okay? And it creates this state of depression. Now, that can be magnified by a lack of aerobic exercise, and everybody needs aerobic exercise. All this works in the mindfulness, okay? Because you cannot fix something that where you're constantly doing everything else bad on there, and it's just not going to work. So, but the concept of depression, you want to do aerobic exercise. You don't have to be a runner. You don't have to run marathons or swim and do triathlons and all this stuff, ride bikes 100 miles. You don't do any of that. In fact, stay off the roads, by the way. Don't ride your bike on the road. It's incredibly dangerous. Stay to paths that are dedicated to hikers and bikers. That's just an aside. But anyway, go ahead and make sure you get at least 30 minutes every single day of aerobic exercise. That means getting your heart rate up to a certain level, and those vary, but make sure you have some way to monitor your heart rate so you know you're doing this. So if you're completely and totally out of shape, just walking a few miles will do it. You're done. Okay, if you're really in shape, you're going to have to run. Most people, once you get in shape and you're really loving life, if you don't run, people say, if I don't run, I don't feel right. That's because you need that, because that's your aerobic exercise. You can't just walk like a mile and you'll be okay. It's not going to work. So that's depression. Another part of depression is, of course, your diet, and of course, just focusing on all these things. And actually, the diet part of depression, I think, as well, is clogging up yourself internally, eating the wrong foods, causing your whole body to be off balance. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that there are some cases of these anxiety and depression that are incurable, because there certainly are. I'm talking about the vast majority of cases. The vast majority are the result of lifestyle choices that are improper, like you're doing it wrong type of thing. Okay, that's what you want to think. When your body's complaining to you, you're doing it wrong. What are you doing wrong? The same thing. I do the same thing with myself. I don't have it perfect. I don't know everything. When my body starts complaining, it's a warning sign. You take it as that. You don't take it as, okay, I need someone to go fix me now. No one can fix you. You have to fix you. And again, I'm not talking about isolated crazy circumstances that are very, 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 very rare. I'm talking about the vast majority of people. This is just the way it works. So Izo and mindfulness will help you. It'll help you with the stock market. Okay, like when you hear the stock market is dropping, okay, it's dropping. Oh my gosh, we're down another 2,000 points. Oh, and by the way, this is the quickest bear market in history. Never has a bear market, which means a drop of 20% or more, happened in such a short time. It's been 20 days. I think the next previous record was like 150 days or something like that. I mean, we are just falling off a cliff right now financially. And if that worries you, this is for you. Mindfulness, anxiety. Oh, and by the way, many, many small businesses will be crushed and destroyed by what's happening right now economically because of this virus. Specifically because everyone's going to be quarantined if they're not quarantined already. Many large corporations that are going to be destroyed as well. A lot of these, I think, is because of a paradigm shift combined with this coronavirus. And the paradigm shift I talk about all the time, the paradigm shift to plant-based living, the paradigm shift to electric cars. Here I am charging. Tesla is not going to be destroyed because of this, but lots of legacy automakers are going to be gone because of this. This coronavirus, I mean, they're already on the way down, and this coronavirus is just going to push them right off the cliff completely. And I've even heard people say, well, the U.S. now should suspend tax collection indefinitely, to try to boost everything because it's that bad. And, I think somebody named Jim Cramer was saying that who predicted what happened in 2008. And he thinks that he's smarter than the government. And he was then and he is now. And it's sad, he says. He may be right. But some of these things need to fail. People who are heading in the wrong direction, absolutely. When I say wrong direction, I mean tied into old ideas. Okay, that's generally what happens with businesses and organizations. They don't embrace the future. They don't go after the future. They get hung up on old ways of doing things. They get stuck in that. That's all they're doing for the most part, the vast majority of everything. Even if they're starting to transition to new ways, it's too little too late, and they're gone. That's just the way this stuff works. So do we want to save those businesses? Probably not. Everyone should move over to Tesla now and get a job over there. I mean, I know oil's plummeting, so actually that's hurting electric car stocks right now. The only thing that's hurting electric car stocks right now is actually the fact that oil's plummeting. And why am I saying all this? Because this is all related to the coronavirus. All of it. And it's all related to health, whether it's your financial health, whether it's your personal health. It's all related. So who needs help with mindfulness out there? Get on our website. Learn about Zyzo. You'll see Zyzo at some of our events. And that's all I got to say about that, because there'll be more to talk about here today, I'm sure. I don't know what else is going to hit us as huge that's going to be really dramatic and affect your balance and get you into a depressive state or a anxious state dealing with this coronavirus. But something's going to happen. Another thing's going to happen next. This is far from over, guys. So if you have issues with mindfulness, I would highly recommend get in touch with Zyzo. You'll find him on our website. We can get you in touch. Just email us at plantbaseddiet.org if you want to get in touch with Zyzo. Hopefully Zyzo will be putting some content out here soon. Zyzo, if you're listening, this is a good time because people are worried. People are very worried. But I guess I'm looking at this as an opportunity. I'm looking at it as, wow, I hope I have some money in the bank to invest because I'm holding on to it right now and I'm getting ready to start investing because things are starting to look attractive again to investors. They're not overinflated and overpriced, which is great news. Great news, especially if you're just starting out. If you've got all your money in the markets and you're watching it drop, well, that's going to create a tremendous amount of anxiety in you. Okay, I'm sorry for that situation, but you need to work on mindfulness. That's what needs to happen. Mindfulness. And all because of the coronavirus. And if it's not the coronavirus, it's something else, by the way. This is just really amplifying things right now and making it extra bad for people that have trouble handling this. It amplifies, maybe some of the character flaws or habits that you've gotten into over your life. So now is a good time to change it. And just like I said in my last video, Gwen Whitaker, I was talking to her earlier, how quickly it is to improve your resistance to these infections, resistance to these viruses, with your change in your diet within a few days. Change that diet too. Just change it. This is it. Don't wait, okay? I mean, don't sit here thinking this is not going to affect you. It probably will affect you. You'll probably get it or some form of it, or most people will. And yeah, everybody's being quarantined not because they're at this point they're not afraid of everything. They're not in a fearful state. Well, I mean, some people are. Okay, let's be realistic. Some people are freaked out. Okay, but the majority of people are not in a fearful state, and that's why they're not doing anything. It's because that's the right thing to flatten that curve. You flatten that curve of infections, okay? You don't want this virus to infect any more people than need to be. You don't want any more people to be sick or die than have to, right? That's the whole purpose of our organization. We don't want that either. And we're not doing it just one month or so out of our lives. We're doing it every single day because it all matters. Everything here matters. We don't want anyone to have to suffer if they don't need to. And that's, again, why we exist. We want to spread the good news, spread the knowledge. So get plugged into some of our stuff. Depending upon where you're watching this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, plantbaseddiet.org. And the quick way to get there is plantbasedvideos.info. Plantbasedvideos.info. We also have an Instagram out there, plantbasedevents.info, plantbasedevents.info. That's our Instagram. It's also the link to our calendar if you're in a browser. But if you're on Instagram, it goes to our Instagram page. So go ahead and follow us and all that kind of stuff. We got local groups, too, you'll find out about. We got healthy recipes on our website. We got healthy prepared food on our website. We got all the resources you need to easily and quickly change your lifestyle for the better and improve and beat this virus, right? We're not gonna sit around and just let it take people. The way you beat it is lifestyle. Lifestyle changes, the right lifestyle changes, and that's why we're here to help you guys with that. So with that, I am going to start eating my blackberries and blueberries. I am hungry. My stomach is growling. I can hear it. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye.